Hey everybody, I'm Adam.
I'm Michael.
And today we're going to talk about scary stories to tell in the dark and Hellboy, because we're born in Ohio.
That's why I'm watching these movies.
Because we're bored. I figure we should probably talk about the movie that's in theaters first.
Let's do that first.
Because that's what the people are coming for. They're not coming for us. They're coming to hear about some new movie.
I meant to go see Hellboy in the theater. I just never got around to it.
We'll get around to that. Let's talk about the scary stories to tell in the dark. Now, I remember these books. Was it more than one book? I
think it was like a little short
story. I thought
story
it was
book
creepy
series.
as shit.
Did you?
Yeah.
Someone else said that too, and I don't remember.
Well, we don't like spiders, me or you. And that one about the spider and spiders
that was not
in
cool.
the lady's face.
Yeah.
Hated that.
Yeah. That's another issue I have. With
But the person like trying to get their big toe. I don't give a fuck about this.
That was kind of.
So, if you haven't read those books, it's basically just short horror stories.
Yeah, it is.
How did they work this into a film narrative? Because they're little vignettes in the book.
So they took a haunted house story, a typical horror haunted house. You might even say it's kind of like Hill House, The Haunting of Hill House that TV series they did
On Netflix.
It's kind of a little bit of that with them with these, and they're like, how can we make this work? And then, well, this bad spirit that had a bad life is writing these stories in this book that these kids found, and whatever she writes comes true. Except, she's writing the stories right when it's about to happen to whoever it's about to happen, and it only happens to people that were with the book when originally. Well, kind of yes, they kind of broke narrative with that, which also bothered me.
Okay. Who's writing the book?
Okay.
Is it a child?
It was so basically, and this is ruining a damn thing for you. If you've seen any horror movie ever about a haunted house, it's always the same shit. There was a child that was not treated well, had basically albino disease. The family didn't like the way, they were ashamed the way she looks. It was like, I think, what was it supposed to be, like the 1800s, 1880s or something like that. So they locked her, which, by the way, that house looked way too nice for an 1880s house. Anyway.
Maybe fixer-upper people got a hold of it.
Maybe. Yeah. But they kept her in this, secret behind a bookcase. I think it was like china cabinet, it slid, and there's a locked door. Well, these kids on Halloween decided to go, you want to go see a scary house? And then,
so this is the writings of this albino child.
Yes.
Now,
so, yeah.
In order to break the spell,
yeah,
do you have to publish the book?
No.
Is this a secret sequel to The Ring?
Let me think this through. No, it's actually.
I'm just fucking with you.
It's actually you're not far off.
Interesting.
Yeah.
From the trailer, it felt like they also kind of threw a little Final Destination vibe into it. Like you couldn't escape the story once it started or whatever.
If you were, so just a quick explanation. These kids.
So the book is the event in Final Destination.
Are you gonna let me get to that part?
That the people.
Are you gonna let me get to it?
No. I'm telling you. I'm telling you how this movie went. So, like in Final Destination, people were supposed to die. They escape death, and then death comes after them in like some weird fucking
messed up weird way. Yeah.
Mousetrap board game kind of way.
Yeah.
Now, in this film, this little albino's book is the event. They're all there, and they're like, oh, it's a book. But nope, you can't escape those stories because this is Final Destination, and you're going to die via one of the short stories.
No.
No? Is my version better or worse?
It could have been more. Look, it's basically, this whole damn thing's basically an after-school special. Like, it was really directed a lot like that, and it was bad acting like that, and bad editing at times like that. Like
Do you
an
think
actual
that
TV.
was on purpose?
I don't know, because then they really amped up the terror parts, like the makeup on what the creatures were and the special effects and all this stuff. They were good. Like
Well,
that's where they put the
Del
money.
Toro's bread and butter.
Yeah.
I wonder if what's the guy's Doug Jones? Is that the guy that's always in the costumes?
Yes, he is. But I don't think he did any of them in this one. There's the one guy that's the new up and coming guy that's doing a lot of he
Spanish
can twist
guy?
his body everywhere. No, not that guy. This guy's African American. He can twist himself all fucked up. He's the
So not the guy who was Mama.
No, not that guy.
This is a different contortionist.
This is a different contortionist.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, these kids want to go see a scary house. Want to go see it, and then they take some out of towner who you find out later was avoiding the draft. He's a draft
Dodger.
Yeah, Dodger. So he came to this town to
Is
to
it
hide.
Donald Trump?
No, he's Mexican. Well, of nationality. He's not actually from Mexico in this, otherwise they wouldn't have drafted him into the... Anyway.
Right.
So they tell this kid, and they go to this house, of course. Then they find the book by accident, of course. She sees it, and she's like, oh my God, this is this girl's book that was... There's all these haunted stories about, what happened to this family. They all, died, or she died, or she hung herself, or it's all this bullshit. So she finds, but the story went is this girl used to, because she was never allowed out of there, used to tell stories through the walls to other children. And that these other children, when they would hear the stories, they would die. Right.
Interesting.
That was the whole myth. Well, they find this book. They're like, oh my God, these are her stories. Mm-hmm. And so they take the book. There was these kids that were bullies chasing them and shit like that too. And then they finally get out. And then as soon as they get out, the four kids that went in there, 1 girl, 3 boys. And one of the boys' sister. So there was 5 that was down there. Oh, and I guess the bully counts too, even though he wasn't there with the book. Because the whole thing they kept saying was, we got the book, so she's taking us out one by one by writing the stories of what's happening to us. She's making it up on a fly. Whatever scares you is what's coming to get you.
Okay. So they found, were there already stories in the book?
There were stories of the other people that had died, but then you find out...
So there's new stories like...
That they're writing as they're...
Ghost writing.
As she's looking, she's ghost writing.
Okay.
So all of a sudden they would say, oh my God, that's Timmy. That's... that one wasn't his name, but let's just go with it. Mm-hmm. But then they kept saying it's because we took the book, meaning the 5 of them, because they were all 5 in the basement that took it, but then they killed the bully dies.
Spoiler.
And then, you can tell from the fucking trailer that kid's going to die. He's the one in the cornfield. Like, he's toast.
Oh, with the scarecrow?
Yeah, which was really just a letdown. You could totally tell they took that camera and they're like, we don't have enough cornfield for this, guys. We're going to put the camera here and we're going to shoot down this angle and we're going to act like he just, I don't know, teleported to this side. And then they put the camera at the other angle. And I'm like, this is exactly where I was just looking from the other angle. Like, some of it was just really bad directing because Guillermo didn't direct it. But anyway, it starts, the first kid that dies is the bully kid.
Okay.
And it starts to write out.
It's a little different.
It's a little different. And then after that, she starts to one by one go after each of them and making up a story, whatever scared them that they heard as a child, a story that what they were told when they were children at a campfire or their dad used to tell them, whatever. That's the thing that would become real to come and kill them.
So this dead spirit of an albino
who does get older, even though she died at some... She ended up finding she didn't hang herself in the basement. She actually went to an insane asylum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's basically kind of like a Pennywise. She picks what you're scared of.
Sure. Yeah.
And goes after you with it.
And goes after you with it, basically. And creates it to make it real. Yeah.
It sounds interesting enough, but given your statements, it's not good.
It's not well done. It's just kind of... I read somebody's review that said some big scares with a lot of lulls. And it's true. You're just sitting there going, it's really boring. This is bad acting. Does it actually have some decent horror moments? There's some decent horror moments. Like Claire and Sydney saw it this past weekend without me, and they were both creeped out by one particular one. You see it in the trailer. It's this heavy-set white... She's basically a heavy-set Asian woman that's really big. Mm-hmm. And they were creeped out by her.
That's what heavy-set means.
What? Heavyset Asian woman?
Means big.
Well, I'm
Heavy
just
set
saying-
means big.
Oh, I did say that twice. Fuck you.
You're yeah.
Anyway, but she was big. She was tall. I'm sorry. I meant to say tall, not big. So she
Okay.
was a heavy set. Basically, she looked Asian in the face, but she was just heavy set, big, and then she was very tall. They were creeped out by that.
Which story was she? Did she want that one in her toe?
No, that's not. That's a completely different zombie woman that, the toe just appears in this guy's stew. The stew was in the fridge. His parents were out of town. He's like, I found the stew. He's on the phone with them. And the mom goes, I didn't make any stew. He's like, well, somebody made it. It's in here. So he starts to eat it. And as he's eating it, the story's being written. They call him. They're like, you're in the next story. They're like, don't eat anything. It says something about you eating something. He's like, what? And then he eats her toe. So stupid.
Gross.
And by the way, the whole time, this zombie's going, where's my toe?
Yeah, just like in the book.
So stupid. Yeah.
Not all the stories were winners. But that's definitely one that everybody remembers.
Okay.
Which is why it had to be in there.
I guess.
The spider one.
The spider one is what irritated me because they go off script a bit. Like, she starts to have something with her. I guess she's afraid of spiders. They never mention that. Mm-hmm. But that's
I think a lot of people are.
And the trailer shows obviously the leg coming out and she's screaming and whatever else. But it's just a bunch of spiders that break out. Sorry, that's a minor spoiler. It's
That's
not.
what happened in that's what happened in the
The
book.
problem is
Like they were baby spiders.
they get to her in enough time, even though the spiders are fucking everywhere. And they're not even attacking her. They're just busting out of her face all over the ground. So I'm like, okay, first of all, how is she going to die? Secondly, they got there enough time to
Stomp them out.
prevent it to happen. Yeah, they threw water on her. And that miraculously saves her. And she's the only one, minor spoiler, that doesn't die, basically, of the originals that were there, except for your normal heroines that, usually always survive it at the end. I'm like, she needed to die because,
What kind of spiders were they? Ooh.
they looked like
I just punched
your normal,
my glass.
everyday, maybe they might have been wolf spider-ish. I don't think so. I think they're just normal spiders.
She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
That's just a traumatic experience.
Just traumatic experience. She got a scar on the side of her face.
Yeah. Should get over it. It's like a really bad zit.
Yeah. Yes. So, now draft Dodgers. It's down to him. And it's like he's the new boyfriend of the girl that originally took the book, and his name's being written. And this is the actual best scary looking thing in it. I don't remember the thing's name. Yeah, it's Gubagapagada. I don't know. It's something like that.
I like it.
Anyway, the cool thing about this thing is if he can't get through something to get to you and kill you, he just drops, his arms fall off, his limbs fall off, his neck falls off his torso and his legs. He just all falls to the ground, and then until he's in an area where his body can reform itself, then they all just kind of crawl to him and rejoin itself, and up there he goes again after you again. It was kind of creepy cool looking.
I like that.
Yeah. That was kind of okay. But the dumb thing is of course the ending. Because it's an after school special, they have to have one of these endings. Mm-hmm. So the girl promises that if she just stops, she will write a story. Because this little girl happens to be a storyteller also. She will write this girl's story about the terrible things her family did to her. So you can let your rage go, sister. You can let it go.
Well, that's a terrible ending, and I'll explain why. Not that you really need it explained, but for me, this is why that's a terrible ending.
All right.
Because I don't give a fuck how good this little girl is at writing. Crazy albino bitch that can kill you with writing. Much better writer.
Much better writer.
Much better.
Good, better stories.
Yeah. Her stories are to die for.
Yeah. You're right, man.
So many horror films, they don't know how to bring it home.
No, they don't. And this one, and
just kill everybody.
I keep reading Stephen King's books that I haven't read. I don't know why, because the man can't end a book to save his life. But this was like an ending like a Stephen King one. It was exact, and I go, fuck me, really? And I'm like, please don't fucking tell me that everyone that she has killed miraculously come back alive now. And thankfully, no.
Okay.
But that's what it ends. It's literally they're in the car driving, and she's like, if there's a way for her to have killed them, there's a way to gotta bring them back. We just need to figure it out. So there's a sequel set up.
Oh,
and I'm going,
fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
All right. So
I would say just don't see it. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even say if it's on the tube, don't even.
If it's on the tube, TVs don't have tubes anymore.
Well, are you trying to make a knock at my age? Is that what you're getting at? Just saying.
I was around with fucking tube TVs.
I'm just saying. If it's on TV, even like USA has simulcasted or whatever the fuck it is, then don't bother. It's not worth it.
Just watch Stranger Things instead.
Yes, that's much better.
Kara and I are working our way through 3rd season.
Much better.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, it's a C. It is a C. It might even be a C minus.
I'm surprised. Your grading always confuses me because you're like, don't see it, but you gave it what is considered an average score.
They had a couple of times where you're like, I can see why this might be a little bit tense to some people.
Sure, but is that worth seeing?
No, I'd say don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, D.
I'm glad I could talk you into that.
Don't see it at all.
All right, and for all of you that were just looking to hear about the new movie, you can piss off now if you want. But if you want to hear about Hellboy, the highly anticipated reboot that had come out and nobody saw, stick around. I'll say, when they announced this and they put up that first image of David Harbour as Hellboy, I was like, fuck yeah.
I was very excited.
They released the first trailer. I was like, oh, fuck no. I was put off immediately, and you were like, oh, okay, let's give it a minute.
Just give it a minute. I liked a little bit of the sarcasm from the Guillermo del Toro versions, right? Because that's kind of like Hellboy. He's not like Spider-Man, where Spider-Man's constantly saying shit, right? But he's
sure But I mean, have you ever read the comics at all?
No.
I mean, he has a little bit of that in the comics. Sure, he talks shit while he's fighting a demon. But they were hardcore, in their press tour and whatever, saying this is hardcore horror, this is dark, and that first trailer was like Guardians of the Galaxy but with a demon man.
Yeah.
And I was not about it. Really shitty music choice for the trailer. It was really just that first trailer was just fucking bad.
That music's in the movie also for a scene.
Okay.
So the style is great.
I have no doubt because the guy who directed it was one of the he directed some Game of Thrones.
He did. Yeah, he
episodes.
Also. I think he did Interview the Vampire too, if I remember, didn't he?
I have no fucking clue.
Anyway, David Harbour's great. He is a definitive. I couldn't tell you which one I would prefer, honest to God.
Between him and Perlman?
Yeah, between him and Perlman. I thought they were equally very stable as that character.
Okay.
Honestly, I really liked David Harbour in it. Ian McShane was very good and exactly how you expect him to be. He was Ian McShane.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And what's her nuts from Resident Evil movies?
Milla Jovovich.
Thank you. She was actually she didn't overact. And I thought for sure of any role she was going to just overdo it because she's the evil. And she didn't. She did just where she was supposed to do and just did it. What kills this movie is the ungodly bad editing, which is also what you read about the studio coming in saying, change this. The actors saying, no, let's change this.
The producers basically came in during shoots and they were giving direction to the actors. And the poor director couldn't get a word in. And so he just... I'm sure at some point, if you're in those kind of work environments, you're just like, fuck it, I'm getting paid. I don't give a shit.
I'm sure he got.
You want to make a piece of shit? We'll make a piece of shit.
Right.
It'd be great.
Special effects were great. Some of the creature designs, great. The pig guy, I'm not so sold on.
The pig guy was in the comic. What I appreciate, at least what I've read about this movie, is they do pull a lot more stuff that's actually from the comic.
I did know that, but not that I've read a bunch of it. I've seen stuff.
The original sequel to Hellboy was a completely new story. That was all just Del Toro going nuts.
Oh, was it? That's why I didn't like that one as much. Did you like that one?
No, not as much.
Yeah. But you got all these parts that are really, really cool. Like the gore level and the violent level and the cutting and the blowing up and shit is great. Like there's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Like it's really dark with that shit. The special effects are great. Even the overall story, it's there.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like exactly what you've read. People came in and was like, we're not gonna, you know what? Let's add some shit here. Let's pull some stuff out here, and they fucked with it too much.
Right.
So it ends up being kind of like this whole. The whole time you're watching it, there's an up and down. Like, oh, that's cool. Oh, this is fucking stupid. The whole time you're doing this up and down. Like there's even a scene where Milla, it's like, I think I was saying this the other night. It's like they ran out of budget and they're like, you know, we should probably have a scene where she's getting more of her, she gets her body cut up in pieces. This isn't much of a spoiler for you because she's an evil queen from way back when. This huge, I guess, witch, very, very bad girl. And they cut her into pieces and spread her out, kind of like, you know, Braveheart. And while the pig dude's getting her pieces back, it's like he's finally getting the last pieces together. And it's like, we don't have enough budget to go anywhere cool to make this look nice. Let's just go to Ted's. He said he has a basement with a couch. And let's just shoot this straight on down there. Not going to do a lot of camera work. Just say a few lines to show that we went somewhere to put her back together to stay in hiding. And it's going to be in Ted's basement. We're going to act like this is some sort of bad guy place that they hide out. It was really stupid. They even ended up sewing her back together. And it was really stupid. I'm like, you guys there's little shit like that I'm like, fuck. You had everything. It was there. Like, I could see why Ian McShane signed on for it. I could see why David Harbour read the script originally. He was like, okay, I can envision how this is going to look cool. And then it definitely ends to set up majorly for sequels.
Which I was kind of curious because based off the trailer, and I've read the comics, it seems like the story is toward the end of the comics.
I bet it is. I'm sure, because they definitely set up the whole where it can be apocalyptic. You know, in the Guillermo del Toro movies, they would show a couple of things. The what if Hellboy did all that stuff. Well, he basically. They show where he gets a glimpse of what he will become and do if he keeps doing what he's doing. You see that, and I'm like,
he's got like the fire crown and everything.
Yeah, all that and the sword and shit. And I'm like, fuck, they're not going to really show. They do. Like he just makes a decision at one point, but he comes out with the full blown. I'm like, this is fucking cool. I'm glad they actually showed this.
It's like that last scene in Angel where you see all the fucking shit, and you're like, holy fuck, how are they going to do with that? And then you know how they deal with it? They cancel the show.
Fucking assholes. God damn it. That was going to be so cool. I was looking so forward to that. But I will say this. The movie ended, and I wanted more. I would honestly,
even though
God,
it wasn't it wasn't a good movie, right?
But the thing is, it was so entertaining. It's
like parts, at least.
It's like, isn't it like that with the Expendable movies with you? Or was it Expendables with you, or was it another film thing that people just kind of pan? But you're like, you know what? I'd go watch the next one. It's kind of like that. Like, it was very entertaining. Like, it's a good popcorn flick.
Yeah, if there's an Expendables movie on TV that I haven't seen, I'll watch it. The first, I actually legitimately enjoyed the first one.
Did not. This is so fucking stupid. Go on.
Everyone I've seen after that has been absolute dog shit. But I enjoyed the first one.
No.
Terry Crews with that drum shotgun.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. I just know I can't do it.
My biggest gripe with that movie, because it knew exactly what it was, and it was being what it was, is whatever goddamn effects company that Stallone started using that just does really shitty digital blood effects.
I think that's what killed it for me too. Is everything
it's so bad.
Yeah, it just looked way too cheesy. I agree.
Are you gonna see Rambo?
No, I will not see it.
Come on, we gotta see it.
God, it's gonna be so stupid.
It's gonna be so bad, and it's rated R.
I watched the trailer. Hard R. Just fucking terrible. Hard R. So what, we're going to see him rip somebody's throat out, and you're going to see part of the bone and shit and some gooey stuff? Yeah, it's going to be stupid shit like that. Or someone's going to get a fucking bow and arrow shot to the dick.
I think he's actually fighting a Mexican cartel.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Somebody's daughter got...
I don't care. Like, the biggest thing to me is, like, it's not a Rambo movie because he doesn't have Rambo hair.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have Rambo hair, I don't accept this as a Rambo movie.
He looks so fucking ridiculous in the last Rambo movie,
I don't care. That was when he was, like, all fucking hopped up
So
on
huge.
HGH.
He
He
was.
looked like he got stung by 1,000 bees.
He did.
And he was just fucking massive. And then he cut it all down for Rocky.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you are just going to kill yourself.
How's he not dead already?
I don't know.
He and Arnold. Like...
Arnold has
He toned it down.
he's like
He's
laid
toned-
off that shit. He
Yeah.
definitely did steroids and shit in his career. But at his age now, I don't think he does any of that shit. Stallone, I know when they were shooting Rambo, like they were raiding his hotel or something, and he had his
throwing him out the
entourage
window.
like flushing and throwing fucking HGH out the window. I hope that's a true story. If it's not, then I just completely besmirched the name of
I read about
Stallone.
it too. I read it too, yeah.
Anyway, back to Hellboy. You surprisingly, at least surprising to me,
Yeah.
would want more.
I would want more. I want David Harbour playing him more with the same style and darkness that
Here's a good question.
Yeah.
What director do you think could rein it in and
And not let the studio
Really
fuck
do
him
it.
in the ass and take over?
yeah. Well, there's only so many directors that have that ability in general, but let's ignore the studio.
I would like to see
for a
Slade do
second.
it. David Slade, the guy that did 30 Days a Night, I think he would do a really good film with this character. I really do.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, I liked that Friday the 13th movie. I loved 30 Days of Night. I think he does horror in a gritty way like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I would like to see him do the next one.
Yeah.
Not that they're going to, because this one did not make any money, and I'm like, fuck.
Maybe if it gets like a cult following on home video, it's not going to.
It won't, because it's not that bad. If it was really bad, it would get the full blown. And you guys gotta come over and see this shit.
It would come back around again, like that whole Tommy Wiseau movie. What was that called?
You talking about the bad
It's called
artist?
like the Lorraine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
They made a movie about how bad that movie was and how weird this fucking dude is. But forever, I'll just appreciate for that. Oh, hi, Mark. Because that's how I say hi to your neighbor. Oh, hi, Mark.
He got a good gut laugh after the last episode.
Did he?
When we got to the Dick Sticks and
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you stick around for the fuck you, Mark?
Yeah, he did. He did stick around for that.
Fantastic. So, okay, what grade would you give the movie?
You're gonna shit on me for it because I was so entertained. I'm
It's
giving it
okay.
a B-.
Holy shit! All right, all right.
I'm just look. It is.
If
is not.
if it gets on to a streaming platform, I'll give it a go.
It is not. It's missing pieces, and it's not edited great in many spots. But there's so many great, really fun
There's
things
just
in it.
something in it that you saw the potential.
I saw the potential. Even the giant fight was fun. It was fun to watch
Okay.
because it was fun. You get. I mean, and the effects weren't that bad. It's actually pretty good.
All right, all right. I respect it.
All right. Yeah.
There's probably plenty of movies that I'd give a decent grade that you'd be like, what the fuck's the matter with you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I haven't seen this movie, so I can't really be like that yet. After I watch it, maybe I'll judge you. Or maybe I'll be like, you know what? He was fucking right. America, Mike was right.
It wasn't that bad.
You got anything going on, bud? Leave me alone. Well, I know you just finished up a model of
Oh, yeah, for the wife's Cylon.
Cylon. Did they have
Cylon Raider or
Yeah.
something like that? Yeah.
She's a Battlestar Galactica fan.
She's very happy. She can put it in next to the other one I did. I don't know if I ever want to do a model again. Those damn things.
They
man.
are time consuming.
Got these big ass meat hooks. I can't fucking put those little pieces together.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do Legos.
Fucking love Legos. I've been telling Kara that she needs to watch Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, she hasn't watched that?
No.
You know we have the whole Blu-ray set if you want to borrow it.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Because I know it's old as fuck. Yeah. But the concept around the whole show and how it ends, I think she's going to be totally into.
I think so too. Yeah.
And I was into it. I know a lot of people were iffy on it. Yeah. But fuck those people. That's right. You heard it. If you're one of those people, fuck you.
So, I should say fuck you if you weren't entertained by the Hellboy movie.
No.
Okay. What about you, Adam? What do you have?
Is that all you got going on?
No.
Any progress in writing? I know you've been yelling at your daughter to leave you alone so you could write.
She went back to school today, so
you
tomorrow
I
get to write, assuming my college-bound son in 2 weeks leaves me the fuck alone. Yes.
All right.
I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow.
Well,
so I hope
the
work.
best for you.
Thank you.
Well, no, I get it. I just want to do fun projects too.
Yeah.
But I don't have the time for it.
If you guys would just subscribe, a lot more people.
A lot more. Like so many. It would make me so happy.
You don't even have to listen to it. Just subscribe.
Yeah, just subscribe. The views will come. Subscribers are a lot harder to come by. And this, well, listen to the podcast, but for those of you who are not subscribed on YouTube,
yeah,
do it.
If you got a family, sign up every one of your kids, your grandma, your grandpa, aunts, uncles, in-laws. Just do it.
Yeah, all of them.
We'll get to where we need to be.
And then, we'll thank you by getting rich and forgetting about you. What have I been doing? Mainly stuff for this show. Still, I've been doing a lot of research on YouTube stuff. I've been meaning to get some stuff going on my own channel, my art channel, but it's just getting the time.
You've been trying to do that forever.
Yeah, but I'm learning a lot now, and I feel like it's good. It's giving me good momentum. So I mean, that's just progress continues. We're doing pretty good on our Board in Ohio channel. We've over doubled our subscribers.
And we're making sure we get in here and do it every week when I actually show up. You thought I was going to shit on you, didn't you?
No. I'm surprised that you just shit on yourself. Because if anything, you would be like, if I shit on you, you'd be like, well, you better polish that turd because it's a great turd. Because I do nothing wrong.
Usually, no, I don't. I didn't say I did anything wrong. I just said when I show up.
But yeah, that's all I got, bud. Looking forward to this weekend. Little boys weekend.
Little boys weekend.
That's fuck.
Yeah, you said it, buddy.
I gotta edit that out. We're gonna get flagged.
Fuck.
It's fucking cabin weekend with grown men. We're gonna chew on cigars and drink beers.
Do we have a hot tub this time?
I don't know.
I hope so.
All right.
Did you? So until next time, thank you for listening. Thank you for letting us inside you. And let us do it again next week. Because we're born in Ohio.
Hey, if you like what you just saw, we'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Because, that helps us. And don't you want to help us? Look at him. He needs help. Hit that. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it hard. Hard. And then comment about how hard you hit it.